Hey everyone, Bull Daniels here, and we got another daily fix. This time we're doing it in the daylight, which hopefully means we won't have too many bridges on our large chips, unlike that HP the other night. Today we've got an A1466, my favourite MacBook, and this one's basically a no power on situation. Supposedly gets magsafe activity, but that's about it. This was apparently fixed by Apple, and then a couple of weeks later stopped working. So it should be interesting to see what we find inside. Alright. I guess we better put it down, open it up, have a look, and try our luck. No gloves today, unfortunately. I do want to wear gloves, but it is just too hot, and I do not have that split system. So, we'll get ourselves a magnet. Screw missing there. One of the long ones. Battery out. Okay, so it's a 00165 board. We can tell that because we've got the short diagnostics connector there, or what is often called the JTAG. We've got some sort of goop here. I don't know what that is. It's paper, or maybe thermal transfer. It looks like it might be thermal paste. Interesting. Where's my container? There we go. Slip you in there. Let's get the data drive out with the right screwdriver. Let's also get the battery out. It just makes life easier, that's all. It's only a few seconds and it saves me having issues trying to get these flexes out. Okay, the battery's got cracks on the side, so it looks like it might have taken a drop at some point. Or it's just age fatigue. Okay, battery out. Interesting, I've just noticed we've got FRU written on here, which typically means field replacement unit. And we've got an Apple sticker there. Alright, this is something different. Let's have a look under the microscope. So yeah, FRU, field replacement unit. Looks like it's had a sticker there that's been removed. We've got Apple there. And yep, nice big goop of thermal compound. Couple of fingerprints which aren't mine yet. I don't have gloves on, but it's still not mine. Got corrosion. Right there on the input, more corrosion here. This corrosion is old. This is not really fresh corrosion at all. I would say this here existed before this board was even put in. Interesting. Okay, so this is the 3V42 and whatnot area. I've already forgotten what that is. I should know that, but I don't. Not good. Let's have another bit of a squiz around and see what else we've got. Okay, screen looks good, thank goodness. Bit of chewing going on there. Not a good look. Field replacement unit with thermal paste and corrosion spread all over the board. Okay, I shouldn't say spread all over the board because it's only in these two spots. It kind of looks like someone's probed that, have they? Nah, it's just a random spot. Alright, let's bring up the board view and schematic and have a look. Alright, so our culprit is, I'm pretty sure this one here, U5450. What are you for? Your high side computing current sense. Well, that explains why I don't remember it. I haven't really dealt with that one before. And if that's got corrosion and whatnot, that would explain it not turning on, because what will probably happen is if this gives out bad signals, then probably the SMC, the SMC will just shut things down. And our two little resistors down there by the big cap, they're our DC input isolation bias resistors. Okay, so they may, or let's see which one we got. Okay, so we've got 7011, and that should be 10K. Yeah, as long as we get below 10K, we'll be right. Within reason. But it's a pretty dodgy looking resistor in all honesty. It's pretty much smack on, but I'll definitely clean that up. And your companion 7010, that'll be 100K. And 99K up on the board. So they're perfectly within working tolerance. So I'd say a primary culprit's probably this thing here. You know what I should do is actually connect a magsafe and see what's going on. Alright, I got my magsafe. Now this is a 165 board, which means it may not work with this clone generic magsafe. But we'll see. We'll plug it in. We've got 16.5 volts power. Okay, so we've got SMC activity. Then again, this is okay. Let's check our voltage. G3 hot, 8.6. So yeah, SMC is up and running. So I'd say the current sense is probably the problem we have. What I'm going to do, however, is take this board out, because we have got the damage on there, and there's no other indicators on the board to show that. We should be expecting that. So I want to see what's on the other side as well, in case I'm also, there's something else there that we're missing, that we don't have any environmental hints as to why it's there. We also should clean up that thermal compound. Just realized we're missing the retainer clip for the keyboard backlight. I'll put a new one on there. It's not that essential, but I do want to do things as right as I can. Camera wasn't really plugged in properly. What's going on here? Oh nice, they didn't even put that screw back in. That was good of them. I must have put that in the it's too hard camp. Let's see what else we can find. Sit back and enjoy the journey. Alright, so we've got more thermal compound, transfer compound. It's great. They just spray that everywhere. The ever-present glitter. No matter where you go, there's glitter. Backlight looks okay. What the heck? More compound? Seriously, what are they? Just like out of control? Do these people need to sit down when they're squeezing out the thermal compound? It seems like they can't be trusted standing up. The bias and clock area looks good. That, on the other hand, does not look good. Wow. Okay, I'd probably sooner blame this maybe for the... my guess is there's some damage, corrosion under there. They've been at this. They've been trying to fix it up. Alright. Let's death mark that. And let's remind ourselves what that's for. It's U7400. And you are used for memory supply. Alright. If we look at this sort of circuitry around here, what do you... pin 8. Reference. Alright, so this area here is used to tap off. It's a feedback area. So if that's no good, then hopefully they haven't blown the memory on this then. Because say if the feedback returns back a lower voltage than it should, then the output's going to be higher than it should, and holy crap, yep, that's a mess there too. Field replacement board, more like disaster board. What are you? You're the 105 SO regulator, and you're the boot. So this is used for driving the MOSFET outputs. And without that, it won't really get started. Alright. Looks like we've got a bit of cleaning up to do here. It's not just a simple job. We're just death marking that all as well, so I can spot it quickly from afar without assisted vision. What a mess. Well, at least the PCH 105 is okay. Unbelievable. So it's going to be a little bit complicated, but hopefully we'll have success at the end. We'll definitely have to fix that up a bit, make it look pretty. That there, that could certainly be trouble. Interesting, the style of corrosion. The style of the corrosion and the residue it's left behind. So I don't know if it shows up in camera, but there's a rainbow effect there. Is similar to what was over here. So I really wonder what it was. Wow, balls jumping out all over the place on you. Oh, goodness knows how many times I've had to replace you in the past. So you're probably going to be asking to be replaced, but we'll see, we'll see. Let's see if we can zoom in. You're not the happiest. Alright, well, I think what we'll do is we'll clean up these areas. I will replace that. We'll replace that first and clean up those areas, and then we'll see if we have any luck. Field replacement unit also means some piece of junk that kind of worked, so we sent it back out as a genuine apple. I'm actually genuinely curious now as to where this board came from, if it was legitimate Apple, or whether it was just something posing as Apple. This chip could be okay, but I'm not even going to bother risking it. The resistors can stick around so long as they As long as they accept the solder. If they don't, I'll just swap them. Oh, it's a foul stench. Whatever it is that's down there. Gross. Okay, looks like that middle pin is definitely worse for wear. Very worse for wear. In fact, I don't... Okay, and that's the actual current since... Let's see, we've got solder under there. I need my X-Acto knife. I think we do have solder there. I hope we have solder there. Can't say I've seen them corroded that bad before, with the grey corrosion. Pad's there, but barely. Now I'm hoping I don't cause it to delaminate from the board while I'm doing this. But I think we might be having some success here. I'll just drop some plumber's flux on there and that'll fix it right up. We are having success. I'm trying not to rub too hard because I don't want it to come off a veer if there's anything there. Fortunately, at least we can see it just goes straight to that side of the resistor. So if we did break that pad off, we could probably route it through. And on the other side, it's still got parts that I can connect to, so it wouldn't be the worst case scenario. I mean, if it was the worst case, it wouldn't be a disaster, rather. It'd just be a bit ugly. I would say that's probably going to be a primary fault. Not a guarantee, but yeah. I suppose everybody's going to be like, well, you're going to test it before you do anything else. And I'm going to say no, because I want to fix up that DDR, the RAM regulator. Because it'd be real unfortunate if I fix up that and then there's a problem with the feedback on the RAM regulator and we destroy things. In terms of being able to sleep, I can easier sleep not knowing what was the primary cause than I can knowing that I blew up something. Ow. Why do I get the feeling that's on upside down? It's a 3437, but it's the same design. Yeah, I think I got that upside down. And for those pedantic people playing at home, we've got a 165, and yep, definitely upside down. That was a good catch, Paul. Really? I just took that cap out. I wasn't even going to try and take that off the tip of the soldering iron. It's kind of like dropping food, the 5-second rule or whatever. In my opinion, once a part sticks to the tip of the soldering iron like that, then you shouldn't really reuse it. Not unless you've got no other choice. Right, that was a little more drama than I wanted, but it should be good. Now, on to our other zone here. Let's try and work out what's going on. So I think it may be a good idea to clear away some of these parts and get a feel for what's going on with the corrosion. We're just parking the parts elsewhere for the moment. I would say if that resistor had not been moved off to the side, I probably wouldn't have been overly concerned, but the fact that they had moved it worries me. Okay, so we've got a bit of corrosion under here that need to just be cut away. This test pad probably doesn't actually go anywhere. Alright. Looks a bit better, we'll clean up the pads. Oh. I think we've lost that cap. Oh wait, no, we've lost that cap. I think I just found it over by the knife. I think I'll just replace it anyway. It did have a bit of a dud looking end cap on it, so we'll swap that. Gives us a chance to put down some proper leaded on that pad anyway. Someone needs some flux. Pushing my luck there. That looks better. Okay, now to our little friends here. I think I'll just straight swap those out. Again, it'll give me a chance to see what's going on underneath. So we've got a little bit of corrosion got under the coating there. That one doesn't look so bad. Looks like it didn't get too far. Now if you're thinking I'm just scraping it and that's why it's coming off, that's not quite what's happening. I use a certain amount of pressure and it will tend to lift the coating off if it's not properly bonded. But if it is properly bonded, then the pressure I apply will not be enough to lift it. Let's go put those let's go put those parts back. It's a little excessive on the on the solder. Big time excessive. That's okay. They're just technically it doesn't make any difference, but aesthetically we'll pick up a fair blob of that just as a precaution. There we go. If we don't get a fan spin after this, then my next consideration is going to be this chip here, which is a pretty common offender. But let's fan test it first and see how we go. Alright, now this being 165, I am going to use a genuine magsafe 2. Still no fan spin. So we did have some solder balls coming out of that. So we're going to replace it. Hopefully I've got a spare somewhere. Let's try our luck again. Still nothing. So now we're going to start some diagnosis. Just trying to get all this junk off here. I've taken the heatsink off to see if the PCH might have been blown. Although usually I get a different behaviour of that, but hey, you know, I thought I'd check anyway. Never know. Has to go into the ultrasonic anyway. Let's measure our CPU, see what its resistance is. On these I think you should get about 9 to 15 ohms. Let's see. 1.1 ohm. That's really not good. In fact, that's terrible. 0.67. Alright, that's actually really bad. 0.5. Alright, we've either got a CPU short or something amongst here is the problem. One way we can do that, if we take both these coils off, we can find out which side that the short might be. Let us hope it is on the side that's in our favour. Oh, that really doesn't look good at all. Yeah, looks like we've got a dead CPU. Fantastic. Really not good at all. Still, there are a bunch of caps on that CPU rail. So it could still be a cap. Like all these ones here, I think. Could all be one of those. What about one of... How the hell did I miss that? How the hell did I miss that? I would say that's our culprit. We went over this area. I remember going last that. Wow. Yeah, I think I'm gonna blame you. Wow. How? I can't believe I missed that. I really did miss that. Let's take the sticker off because I do want to use it for later. I think I need glasses. I cannot believe I missed that. I think I was distracted by the junk up the top there. As soon as I flipped this over and I was looking at these caps with my bare eye, I could tell there was something wrong. I'm just disappointed that I didn't see it at first. That definitely is cracked. We'll get it off because we are dealing with the CPU there. You can come with it. That pad actually came clean off. I think one thing I'm annoyed by is the fact that I took the coils off. That's really bad. That's really, really bad. I'm quite mad at myself for that, to be honest. Quite mad. Now let's check our resistance. Well, it could be because it's hot, but it's still pretty low. But it's significantly better, and it will keep increasing as it warms up. That was just really poor observation. Can't blame the lighting on this one. It's broad daylight here. Yeah, right now we're just waiting for the cool down. See how we're going for resistance now. Yeah, we're doing much better now. Okay. I think the CPU will be okay. But now we've got to put our coils back on. Since these are high current junctions, I'm going to touch them up nicer with a bit of make sure we get that solder flowing right in underneath the legs. And remember folks, this is a field replacement unit. I think the letter F actually denotes something else. Fingers crossed we have some luck. Not just for me, but for the person who owns the computer. Alright, so here we go. Magsafe active. I don't know why it does that sometimes, just stays orange for a while. Anyway, fingers crossed. Green. Fan spin! We have a fan spin. We got a win. Okay, so we got another win. We got lucky again because, quite frankly, for a bit there I thought we really did have a dead CPU, but I gotta admit that extremely low value, that 0.5 or whatever it was maybe actually a little low even for a CPU short. Maybe other people with more experience can weigh in and tell me what they think is the lower limit on a typical CPU short for this particular board. Goes to show that you don't always see everything on first glance. I think sometimes maybe when you're in the rush of the day or it's hot. Let's come up with excuses. I'll see what I can think of. You can miss the simple thing like that shorted capacitor. I mean, it was very distinct when I flipped the board over that there was significant damage there on those capacitors, and that was without the microscope. Just flipping it over. Let's see. Just flipping it over and having a look at this area here. I can see from a distance that there was corrosion or discoloration there. And why I didn't spot it the first time, I'm not sure. Maybe I was overwhelmed by the fact that we had corrosion in all the other areas. So, I guess good thing is it's working now. Customer's going to be happy. I'm going to be happy, and it's a bit of a slap in the face for whoever issued this field replacement board, because it certainly wasn't worthy of being used as a replacement, unless you mean a replacement filler for the garbage can. So until next time, you all take care. I'll see you later.